right between the pawn and store. But before we get into it, I sincerely want to thank the episode sponsor once again, Braden River Antiques. Go visit Braden River Antiques on social media. They are also located in sunny Sarasota, Florida at 1005 East Avenue. So if you're in the Sarasota area, go visit their store. Their store is open from Tuesday to Saturday. Otherwise, you can visit them 7 days a week. Braden River Antiques on social media. There's a link in the video description. I love going to antique shops. They got some really cool stuff. So go check them out either in person or digitally. And with that, you guys, let's get into the episode. All right, wow. Okay. Just casually handing you like $30,000.
Not quite.
Not quite, but let's do it.
There's just 3 of those.
Oh, okay. I thought there were 4.
Nope, there's 4 of the platinums.
Got it. All right. We said $5,900 on these. Okay, so that's $17,700, and then how's $940 per?
Yep,
that works. Nice. $19,580. There you are. And let me just write your receipts. There's not a whole lot to be made here. I tried to get these at $5,700 on the phone and called and said, okay. And then he called back. He's like, well, last time you just paid me full spot. And I was like, yeah, and last time I didn't make very much money on that. How much am I going to make on these? I could dump these right now for what I paid. That's what the wholesaler or one of the people I work with, he offered me $5,900. And I called him and I got that offer of $5,900 before he called back again. And then he called back again, like, fuck, all right. So what am I gonna do with these? Probably gonna honestly ride them against the market. I do think the market, because it just dipped, and I do think it's gonna rebound this week. So we'll see about that. You know, if the market goes up $50, I'll make $2,000 at least on this. But if it drops $50, at least $2,000. So I'm gonna just keep these. I don't want to explain it, but I do have a backer for deals that are too big, and I'm using his money for this deal. So he said, let's take our time on this. So we're gonna stick these away. As far as the platinum goes, I bought 2 of them with my money because that I can afford. And again, the market has dipped dramatically in the last couple weeks. Platinum was like almost $11.50, and now it's like $9.50, and that's a pretty big swing for just a few weeks. So that means that right now platinum is a great time to buy platinum. So right here, lowest price they're offering at Max, they're saying, and this is the bullshit they do, as low as $6,274, but really, no, it's gonna be more. If you're writing a check, it's gonna be $6,216. If you're using crypto a little more, and if you're using credit card or PayPal, it's gonna be way more. And then if you're getting over 4 of these, so if you're spending like $25,000, well then you can get it at this price. Just spend 25 grand. So right now I could compete and make $300 a bar, which is not a fucking whole lot of money, but what I'd like to get is $6,100 and one person buys all 3. Okay, all right, we'll see what happens. We have a little bit of a first here. So this deal, I don't think I filmed this deal. It wasn't very exciting stuff. He's a follower. We're going through it. It was like under $100 worth of stuff. And then he brings out these and he lays them out. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? What's with the bag? And he says, oh, this is police evidence. What do you mean it's police evidence? What am I getting into here? He says, apparently, this guy lives in California. He lives here now. Comes home, there's a robber like in his house, like stealing shit. And he comes home and the robber's there and the robber just runs out and he goes chasing after him and calls the police. It's broad daylight in suburbia. The guy doesn't get very far. So police arrest him and he stole these. And like in the corner here, there was like a day planner that was like used. And then there was some 357 bullets here, which I cut out and gave back to him because I can't buy those. But I'm leaving these in the bag because this is a career first. I've never had evidence bag, but like, what a dumb criminal, holy shit. This stuff, I got $88 for this, haha. Yeah, I did. I got $88 for this stuff on Whatnot. I paid the guy 40 bucks, but like, goddamn, what a dumb criminal to commit a felony. That's serious. And all you get is this crap and you don't even get to keep it. What a moron. Oh, very funny. And also just randomly at first, I've never had anything in a evidence bag. You know, I hate to keep going in circles like this, but this is actually a fucking commercial for Whatnot and echoes everything I've said about my frustrations with eBay versus Whatnot, because you guys, Whatnot, I don't know if I've said this yet, is now 40% of my goddamn business. 40, and I just started doing it like not even 3 months ago. Holy shit, it has completely turned everything around. Just to put it into perspective, I have sold, since I started my store, now almost 2 years ago, not quite, but coming up, I have sold 70, 100 items on eBay. Just 3 months on Whatnot, I've sold almost half that amount. Just 3 months. I have completely fucked off from eBay. And I feel bad for my employee because it's now his burden and I can tell he's very,
very busy and I'm like dumping too much on him, but I just like, between the content and everything else I have to do with the storefront, making TikToks, running everything else, being my own accountant, and now packaging all these whatnot orders myself and doing this all like, I am just so busy. So I have completely fucked off from eBay and I don't care. And this kind of proves my point. Check this out. Okay, so this crazy Karen bitch, who's at a feedback score of 5, which of course you're brand new to eBay, is a $35 tray. It was a silver plated tray. Now the tray cost me $1 tops because it's a silver plate tray. Item was inadequately packaged and arrived broken. It's a silver plate tray. How the fuck does it arrive broken? It like, they can't break. And the seller overcharged me. So this fucking moron, who obviously has never used eBay before, bought the item at full price. And then they wrote as an additional message, after paying for it, I think she said I offer 25. Yeah, but you paid full price. You didn't make an offer. You could have made an offer. You didn't do that. So I messaged her. She didn't respond. And it's like, okay, well, we have to ship the item out or we're gonna get penalized. So we shipped it out. And lo and behold, she and her fucking head of heads thinks that this is how eBay works and she's pissed and she takes a dump on my business. I am so motherfucking over eBay and this bullshit, and I'm just so goddamn sick of these fucking Karens on here who you could not satisfy. It's like, you don't know how to use the fucking app. Why are you on here? It'd take you 5 minutes to watch a YouTube tutorial how to properly use it. They even have them on the goddamn website. Do you use it? No. One day I will have a paramilitary organization working for me that can abduct my enemies and torture them on a remote... I mean, I want to do philanthropy if I get really rich. And definitely not do anything bad on a private island. Well, I made a mistake, but the person luckily was very reasonable about the mistake, which I really appreciate. So let me explain what happened. So I bought it was a 4-coin set. I actually don't have it here. I already sent it to get graded. It is a Princess Diana set. It was made in 2002. After she died, they only made 10,000 of them. It was silver proof, sterling silver proof. Like I said, they only made 10,000. There's 4 different coins in the set. I paid $80 for the set. It's a really, really, really rare set. Like really rare. I sold it at auction on whatnot. I think it went for like $250, but then it was pointed out to me in proof 70. Each one of those coins is $5,000. So I reached out to the person. I had it packed up and ready to go, and it was pointed out to me. Thank God we had the snowstorm, and I came in at 1 o'clock. I just came in like way late, and I missed the mailman, and thank God I did, because it would have gone out. I ripped it open, and I messaged him. I was, look, I'm sorry, but like I just can't surrender money like this. I need it too bad, and it's like I can't make a mistake like this, even though I'm making money on it. Like I can't throw money away like this. I can't. And he was very reasonable. He's like, I've also owned a small business. I know what it's like. Every dollar counts. I was looking forward to getting it. I said, look, here's what I'll do to make it right. You paid $250. I'm gonna give you not 1, but 2 of these 10th ounce gold rounds that are Somali proofs and a Kookaburra and a Pawn Man Mini. So I'm giving him like $600. Like, only way I can think of fixing it, and thank God he's being really reasonable about it. So I really, personally about this, I really appreciate you being nice about it. Also, let's be real here. For $250, you're getting 2 10th ounces of gold and pure silver, and you're getting like $650 worth of stuff. And I'm gambling that these coins are gonna score well. They might score bad. This might be a dumb idea. But that I couldn't find a single fucking example of these coins anywhere on the internet tells me that minus 1 that sold at auction for like thousands that, yeah, they probably got something good. I'll let you guys know. The mail just came in a package and I opened it up. I never look and see who it's from. I just open shit. So I open this I think that's a remote deal. I open this package up and I see it's 3 fucking cans of chili. And I'm like, is this like a fuck you to me? Like, why would you send me cans of chili? I don't even like chili that much. I mean, it's okay. But I'm looking at this like, is this a trap? It's a trap! Is it a bomb? Is it a fuck you to me? And I look at the label and I see, oh, it's Skyline Chili. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody said they were gonna send me that. So Skyline Chili, if you guys don't know, it's out of Ohio. This is a shout out. Mr. Blake Alma from CoinHub sent this to me because we talked about this during our chat. Blake, thank you. I'm so excited to try this. The neighbors down the street, the Neopet saga. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch my Pawn Man episode about digital avatars, the story at the end with, well, I had a little thing with the neighbors. So they would, they're from Ohio. And they would get this, they would order this specially from Ohio, and they'd never let me try it. And they'd eat it in front of me, and they'd be like, you can't have any, it's too good. They were such little fucking bastards to me when I was growing up. So, now I get to try this for myself, see if it's as good as it looked. Swen, you cocksucker. Oh wait, no, Ian's the cocksucker, there we go. Trust me, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to like 3 people in the world. So I got this question a lot in a previous video. I think it was the last one, or I don't know, I'm putting out more than 1 video a week now. Some of you guys were asking about how I got a free bike, because I mentioned that my $3,000 just thereabouts bike was free. I didn't have to pay for it. How'd that work? I will explain. And this is some really good information that I almost didn't want to relate, but it's like not, I didn't do anything wrong here. The only party who did anything wrong was this fucking bike company. So, okay, I'm gonna try and make a very long story short because this is very easy for me to get on a tangent that has nothing to do with this. So I used to have a friend. My friend broke up with him right before I started making Pawn Man videos. In fact, one of the reasons why I started making Pawn Man videos was because I had been putting it off in my head because I would go to this person and seek advice from him, and this guy was a fucking psycho, narcissist, manipulative, scumbag piece of shit who like had a thumb on me. He had just had it in for me. And like, I don't know why, because we were friends, but like, you know, we'd be hanging out in a friend group and he'd like bully me, or like he'd always like pick on me or like go after me instead of other, and it just, he had a fucking hard on for me. So he's ungodly smart. One of the smartest people I've ever met, and that's his problem. He's one of those people who's just too smart, and it doesn't help him, it hinders him. So where I'm getting at with this is, he was a good person to ask advice too, but you can never ask him advice without him turning around and throwing it in your face and just being a fucking asshole. So a couple years ago, I had a different electric bike and it broke and I bought it under a warranty, and I like just knowing what this guy knows and the fact that he's a lawyer, and I know you're good at this kind of thing. I wanted to ask him what the fuck to do because I didn't know what to do. This bike shop that I bought it from was basically telling me too bad, so sad. They're just fucking me. So I went to him for advice after we had a few drinks. I had thought in my head, I could ask him his advice. He'd probably give me a great answer, but then he'd be an asshole about it or do something to make me regret asking his advice. It just kind of came out. I asked his advice and he said, well, did you buy it on a credit card? Part of it. I paid part cash, part card. Well, the cash, you're fucked, but the credit card, they haven't reversed the payment. They nagged on the warranty. They can't do that. But you're an idiot for buying an electric bike. And like this insignificant thing sparked such a fight with us at his house that it destroyed our friendship. I pieced it back together just for like, you know, the sake of like nicety. Like, I'm not gonna like let this be the thing where I storm out and never sit. But yeah, so in any event, this ruined our friendship. That trivial little thing. But he gave me great advice, and here's the advice I want to give you guys going forward and relating it so that I could share this information without anybody feeling bad. This is probably only prudent if you're in the United States, maybe Europe and elsewhere, but just here's the advice. If you're gonna buy something expensive that comes with a warranty, always buy it on a credit card. Upgrade your credit card if you can. Now, I know it sounds like a bougie thing, like spending $500 a year to get a fancy American Express, but the fucking perks you get are unbelievable. I've gotten several airplane tickets paid for free, so worth a lot more than $500. But the best thing, and like all credit card companies should do this, but like the really premium ones, especially American Express will, if there is an issue, they will stop the payment and they will reverse it. So what happened with the bike that I have now, this other bike, ended up getting my part fixed because of the advice that he gave me. I called the credit card company and then that changed the bike shop's tune, and then they suddenly were down to help me. So what I did with this one, I took my time shopping for this bike I have now, and it took me about 3 weeks to find it because I bought one off Amazon that broke after literally 50 feet. It was a piece of shit. So I started shopping around, found something, went to the store. It's kind of by my store, at least it's in the same suburb. And I took the bike out. I liked it. It was more than I wanted to spend. It was like I said, like $2,900. And I said, okay, well, you know, this is more than I want to spend, but I like the bike. I could tell this is a very high quality bike. What can you tell me about a warranty? Because I've had an issue with an electric bike in the past and I don't want to deal with this bullshit again. Tire to tire, 6 months, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what. Okay. And I said to him, so you're year-round, right? You're not a seasonal store where if this thing, because I'm going to ride this thing in the winter. If it breaks in the winter, I'm fucked. This is my primary transportation. Nope, we'll be here. We'll fix it no matter what. Okay, sold. So in December, the bike needed some service. Nothing major. It had a few issues that were, you know, just minor service, but like it needs service. And I fill out an email form. Nothing. And I call. Nothing. And I call and I call and I call. And like a week goes by and I don't hear from these people. And it's like, I've sent like numerous emails like, what the fuck? Are you guys ghosting me? So I went and I got so frustrated. I took my employee's car and I showed up at their store and all the blinds are drawn, all the curtains are drawn. I can see there's somebody in there and I'm banging on the door and no one's answering. Finally, some guy just pokes his head out and says, we're out of business, and just slams the door in my face. I'm like, okay, I guess then I know what I'm gonna do next. So I went home and I called my credit card company and I had them reverse it. They nagged on their warranty. You can't do that. If you guys ever buy something expensive and they don't honor the warranty in any way, shape, or form, and you know, it'll say specific things. It's like insurance. You gotta read the policy. You gotta read the warranty. But if they do anything to impede on that, the entire sale is illegit. They screwed you. So you turn around, you screw them right back. Yeah, I got a free bike out of this. So my piece of shit friend gave me great advice now twice. What a bastard. who gave me great advice. What a piece of shit. And here's what really gets me, because you might still be thinking, well, they went out of business. You're still a scumbag. They needed that money. And no, because I got a bankruptcy summons in the mail, I assume everybody who bought a bike got one, and I read it. They were filing bankruptcy in May. I bought the bike in September, meaning they knew goddamn well they were going out of business, and they still sold it to me, telling me they were going to be there when they knew they were going to close. They did try to fuck me. So that's the advice I want to leave you guys with here is always use a credit card to get expensive things. If there's ever any issue with your warranty, the sale is illegit, you can get it reversed. Just make sure you have proof. And if you have a friend who you can't ask advice to, who's gonna attack you for simply coming to them for help, that is not your friend. Get them the fuck out of your life. I am so glad I kicked this person out of my life. Like, once they were gone, my God, it was like just a storm cloud clearing. I could not believe, and I didn't even see how much they were fucking stressing me out and just like hurting me by allowing them in my life. So never have a friend like that.
He's a creepy old man in a windowless van. Who wants to babysit the con artist can?
America's favorite pedophile returns with an all-new episode of Pawn Man. Oh, what treasures are we about to see? Okay, it's like a little thingamajig.
Come on, dude.
I want you to scream real loud into my ass. It's a Family Guy joke.
All right, now I want you boys to scream real loud at my ass.
Ooh, modern copper. Let's see here. It's butt plug. It's a modern Natsuke.
Okay.
Modern. Okay, we got a genie lamp. Really old fan. Okay, 2 kids about to be witness to something terrible. Oh, gee. Oh, it's like a vintage piggy bank. What the hell is this? Like a meat hook? You know what this is? Oh, here we go. A spring balance from the 1890s. Interesting. Oh boy, I can sure make use of this. Drill a hole in it down here, and yeah, there's opportunity here somewhere. Bring me a syringe and a spoon, then we're cooking.
Can you sell it?
Yeah, it's more modern though. It's designed to look old. I feel like you know all this stuff. You're just seeing if I know all this stuff. Judge your silence as an indictment. Is this an iron?
What's that in?
Oh, I just more wonder how it worked. Okay, $35.
A little bit better than that, sir. 45?
Oh, I'll meet you at 40. I'll meet you at 40.
Can't go 45.
I'll go 45. You ever stuff I got downstairs I haven't even listed yet?
40 is fine.
All right. I'll leave you in the company of 8 Lincolns. 10, 20, 30, here's $40. So I gave him $40. Here's all my money back and then some. I bet I can get $5-10 on each of these spoons. Now it's a pain in the ass to list. Here's another 20. I have a twin like it downstairs. I'll show you guys in a minute. Here's a Natsuke copy piece. We covered Natsuke art already. I don't know what the hell this is. I gotta look into it, but it looks like it's from the 1910s or 20s. Here's probably another 25 or 30. The vintage iron's probably another 20 or 30. I gotta look into it. Again, vintage, 1910s, 20s, probably somewhere in there. Same with the fan. Maybe from the 1890s. Just about every item I purchase from him, I can expect to reasonably get about $20 on. 40 in, maybe 200 out. That was a good buy from him. There's some great antiques here. Once again, you guys, this episode is brought to you by Braden River Antiques. There's a link in the video description below. Braden River Antiques is an antique shop located in sunny Sarasota, Florida. You can find them at 1005 Northeast Avenue if you're in the area. If not, visit them online on social media. Like I've said before, I just love going to antique shops, and I've seen some stuff that Braden River has, and it's some good stuff, so be sure you check them out. And with that, what's going on, you guys? We're Between the Pawn. I'm Evan, and this is my gold and silver business. I don't have a whole lot to say this week. We're mainly just gonna jump into the questions. I don't have very many announcements. First announcement, and I go about this all the time, but like it's actually now starting to cause problems. You guys might have noticed, we're doing 2 YouTube videos a week now, instead of 1. Some weeks it'll be 3 videos in a week, which I'm sure is great, but that means my YouTube budget has suddenly doubled. meaning because I gotta pay my editor for all these videos, and I pay him the same rate. And like, why do you do that? Because you know how hard it is to find a good editor. I've been working with this guy for a while, and he's a steal for the rate that he is, but it's really expensive. And I'm now not making any money on YouTube again because I'm doing 2 videos a week. So sponsorship, you guys, please, if you want to become a sponsor, if you like what I do, help me out on Patreon. $1 a month, it helps me a lot. You get to see my videos early. You get early access to other stuff. You get exclusive posts. If you want to support me, please help me. We're either getting Pawn Man or Between the Pawn, and then to accent that, and I can't guarantee it's gonna be every week, but just the way that my production schedule has been going, the amount of content I've been cranking out, we're also now getting a Pawn Hub or a Pawn Chat every week in addition to the blooper reels as well. So a lot going on here on this channel. Again, link is in the video description below, beneath the sponsor. Please, if you guys want to support me, become a sponsor, become a Patreon. I can't begin to tell you how much it helps. Coming up on 2 years, and 2 years in, it's going well, but my money situation has not gotten any better. It's gotten a little bit better. Next thing I want to talk about, North Korean coins and currency and all the other great stuff I get from North Korea. It is not a Whatnot exclusive per se, but just know that I do not want to sell it anywhere except for Whatnot, because I get more money on Whatnot than I do anywhere else. And if you guys want to get this stuff, you have to come to the Whatnot auctions. Use my promo code. If you don't have Whatnot to download it, you get 15. If you use my code, I get 25 for referring you, and you don't have to spend it with me. You can spend it with whoever you want. But I start all the betting on the North Korean coins at $1. They usually go for between $200 and $400. But just so you know, starts at $1, and I am very aware of the demand that there is because I am getting messages every day, people begging to buy them from me. Go to the auctions and get them there. Like I said, if it goes, because I had a question about this, are these coins worth it? Well, I mean, next thing I want to talk about too, can you find them? No. I have a source because I did my homework, and it was not easy to get and do. And I put in the time and the effort. And if you guys want to try to go and do this yourself, I wouldn't recommend it. You're probably going to get burned. But just know that like it was not easy for me to find the person that supplies me with these, and they're not cheap and they don't come fast. They come from overseas. Just know the North Korean stuff gotta be on there. Don't ask me to buy it elsewhere. I just don't want it. Unless you wanted to get a North Korean like mystery box, and I'd want at least $500 for that. Other thing I want to talk about with North Korean stuff, and I think I mentioned this in a recent video, don't try to buy it on your own. Buy it from me. And I'm not saying that because I am the #1 dealer of the stuff now in the United States. I'm saying that because you will probably get scammed. The sources that I get these from, they're guaranteed to be authentic. If they're not, send it back, I'll give you a refund. But I know that these are real. And I had somebody recently reach out to me, and they bought a bunch of North Korean coins and currency from somebody that it wasn't me. Oh, dude, you got fucked. Those are all fake. And because the merchant was overseas, they're fucked. They got scammed. So just, you guys, don't get these on your own. It's my warning to you guys, my caution. I'm begging you, get them from me. Don't take a risk. It's like buying drugs on the dark web. You never know what you're gonna get. Last thing I wanna talk about before we get into the questions, we have a lot of questions today. The Lady Liberty True Crime series, the first installment will be coming out very soon. I just got the molds back, or I just saw the molds and approved them. So we're doing a true crime series because I wanna piss people off, and I love true crime, and I wanna do something with true crime. So the first item up, we're doing serial killer H.H. Holmes. I have a custom silver bullion piece that we're gonna do, I think, 34 of them, and that's it. Super limited run, because he was 34 when they hanged him. We'll talk about H.H. Holmes in the future. He's a fascinating character. He's pure motherfucking evil. So I'm commemorating him with silver bullion, because I love true crime. And if that pisses you off, good. It's not just gonna be serial killers. I was only gonna do serial killers. We're gonna do some other stuff too. I have #2 in my mind. I just need to make sure that the relatives of these people can't sue me. So that'll be coming out soon. I don't have a release date yet. I'm hoping to have them in a couple weeks. And again, those are gonna be Whatnot exclusives. Like, the whole business isn't gonna be a Whatnot exclusive. I am going to be doing more and more stuff on Whatnot because it is a fantastic way for me to sell stuff. All right, with that, you guys, let's get into the questions of the week. And I got a lot of questions, which is great, but you guys, please keep the questions coming. I need them for Between the Pawn. Put them in the comment section below. All the ones I didn't get to, because we had like an abundance of questions. I'll cycle through. I'll try to get to everyone's questions unless I'm like overwhelmed. All right, question 1 is coming in from Patreon. And of course, if you're a Patreon, you bet your ass I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer that first more than anyone else's because you're paying for this, so you deserve it. Brianna writes from Patreon. New Patreon here, longtime watcher, thank you. Excited to follow and support you here. I've got a similar story of frequently working for small businesses that aren't always a fan of my new ideas, so watching your story unfold has been really encouraging. As I keep trying to figure out where I belong and whether and when it might be time to go it alone. Can I submit a question for Between the Pawn here? Yes. What advice do you have for folks who are considering starting their own specialty business? #1, social media. Make sure that you have a niche business that is not cookie cutter. That's the best way to succeed on social media right now, because social media has gotten so goddamn hard, especially TikTok, to differentiate and succeed. You know, I joined TikTok at the sweet spot, the perfect time, and Greg Hinthorn, as we talked in Pawn Chance, did as well. And that was right before the pandemic started, like 2 months before it started, you know, because everybody jumped on their phone because of the pandemic. Just right place, right time. So now, to be successful on social media, you do need to have a niche. It's got to be really niche. The more niche, the better, as long as it's relatable and not something weird and gross and bizarre. Number 2, for your niche business, and like, I don't know what your business is. I'm just kind of giving you ballpark ideas, like broad points. Make sure you got enough money. As I will tell you, I don't have enough money to run this business, and it fucking keeps me up at night most nights, because it's why I work 7 days a week, why I'm always working, why I don't have a social life. It's hard. You gotta make sure you have enough money before you open your store. Make sure you have a business plan. That was something I didn't have because I thought I could just wing it and figure it out, and I did. But there was some shit that happened that I did not have a plan for, and I really wish I had a plan. Just make sure you have everything figured out before you get into business, so that nothing unexpected happens and wipes you out, because most businesses don't last a year. I'm coming into my 2nd year. Just make sure that you got enough money and you're not doing the shit that I'm doing, where you got to take out high interest short-term loans, because it's like a quick fix, but it causes problems. All right, question 2. Julia says, I know why you mentioned that American bullion is your bread and butter, but do you think you'll get into ancient numismatics at some point? Yeah, I'm interested in it. I'm sure I'll learn more as I go, because you guys, keep in mind, I've only been doing this since 2019. That's it. It's only been 4 years. 2 of them on my own, 2 of them with the old man. So I'm still learning as I go. It's kind of amazing that I've learned as much as I have in the short amount of time that I have. Ancients are really tough. I'm sure I'll get into it more in the future and learn more. I'm very weak on it now. It's on my list of things to learn and master. So are watches, so are diamonds, so are so many other things. So hopefully I get there. Question 3 coming in from Smoke666 Dog writes, how often do you go to a gun range, and how often do you practice? I actually almost never go to gun ranges because I don't really like the culture. There's one shooting range that's not by my apartment. It's geographically the closest, and it's like, yeah, I really don't like the culture and the ranges I've been to, so I don't go very often. I don't practice very often. When it's warmer, I got a friend that's got quite a bit of land. I'm gonna actually go test out my ordnance launcher, because to be honest, I've not tested it yet, and I'm dying to shoot off one of those poppers, shall we call them? But no, I don't go to ranges very often. If you're gonna buy a silver monster box new, would you spend the extra $3,000 to $4,000 for American Eagles versus Canadian Maple Leafs? No, get the Maples. Silver, get whatever's cheap. It's an investment. Buy low, sell high. Sure, American Eagles have the highest premium, and I do think right now is a great time to buy, especially right now with this recent dip that we're experiencing with silver. I think the premium on American Eagles is honestly stupid. Question 5 coming in from Julio Cardona 157. Julio writes, what is your 5-year goal? My 5-year goal is to get out of all my business debt and to expand my store and to maybe get a TV deal. Yeah, television's changed quite a bit, and like the landscape of social media. I just want to be making fucking real money on social media. That's my 5-year goal, is to pay off all my debt, expand my store, and have my presence be generating enough money where it's a viable business. So my goal is to just expand my store, expand my presence, so I can afford to hire more help, so I can go back to having a life and a social life and not work 7 days, 80 plus hours a week. It's killing me. So just to keep expanding and growing, get rid of all my debt, get proper help, and have enough money. Question 6 coming in from, drop trowel around a 7-year-old. Whip out that old dingly bingish. Give them kids a helicopter ride they ain't never forget. And whoa, Tickle Monster gal, forgot to pinch my nipples. Are you interested in any sports? So I grew up an only child, as you all know, and my parents don't give a flying fuck about sports, and therefore I don't give a flying fuck about sports because I didn't grow up around them. Okay, my grandma was a diehard Vikings fan, and when Gary Anderson missed the kick in 1998, I watched that whole season with her. We were like bonding together. She cried for weeks. I'd never seen her cry so hard. When my grandpa died, she didn't shed a tear. She cried harder for Gary Anderson. So just the fact that Minnesota Vikings let their fans down every goddamn motherfucking year, no matter what. Well, I don't like football, or it's I like watching it, but I know how it's gonna end. So I'm not terribly into that. And just the culture of the NFL is fascinating, but it's so fucking toxic. Big Game, the NFL in Dangerous Times. It's a political journalist, and he got so fed up after the bullshit with 2016. He embedded himself in the NFL for a season and just wrote like a journalistic piece. Like investigative reporting piece. It's a book about the NFL, how revenue's gone up, how the culture's so toxic, how the owners, it's, this Crazy Billionaires Club. It was the same year that Robert Kraft had his little puggy scandal. Really good book. So football is interesting. I'm not into it. Soccer is the dumbest fucking sport on the planet. I know it's the sport of the world. Any sport that can end in a tie is not a sport. Hockey. I don't like watching hockey. That's hard for me to watch. And I'm from Minnesota. I can't even fucking ice skate. The short answer is no. I'm not into any sports. Taekwondo is my sport. And I haven't done it since the pandemic. All right, question 7. Coming in from Josh K3366. Josh says, what are the cases the North Korean coins come in? Are they great or are they special? So what he is referring to are these. These are from the Bank of North Korea, or they call it the Bank of Korea. These are the government cases. They come in. These are commemoratives. Most of the coins they get are commemoratives. I want to say their catalog had over 150 commemoratives. They do a few a year. You know, I just heard that they shot off a missile, and I was actually happy because it means that we're going to get another missile coin. Yeah! So, but no, these come from the Bank of North Korea. It's got the mintage figures, if it's a proof or not. And then it's got this. This is an anti-counterfeiting measure they do, so you know it's real. And they do change the style up. Sometimes it says DPRK. It seems they change it every other year, but that's what these are. Okay, and then the last question coming in. Oh, this is a good question. Arnold Palmer, 28, says, if I could relive one moment of my life, what would it be? Probably my bar mitzvah. It was the best day of my life, and that was October 5th, 2002. My whole family was together before my family completely fell apart because they, I don't want to get too much into it. My family had a massive, falling out with each other over money when my grandma died. It's really fucking ungodly stupid. My bar mitzvah was the last day that I can remember my entire life that my entire family was all together harmoniously as one, and never again. So, and just, it was such a great day. If you're bar mitzvah, it's you work so hard for it. The whole day's about you. You get showered with gifts. You get it's like your birthday on crack. Like your Jewish birthday on crack. It's such a great day. So probably that day. All right, with that, you guys, that'll conclude this Between the Pawn. Again, if you guys want to become a Pawn Man sponsor or become a Patreon, I need help so badly on this. If you like what I do here, surely $1 a month, it makes a tremendous difference to me, and I think I've repeated myself enough. Again, want to thank the episode sponsor, Braden River Antiques. Please give them a follow on social media or visit their store if you're in Sarasota. Again, there's a link in the video description. They're a fantastic shop. If you guys got questions, put in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit the notification button so you guys know when new episodes of Pawn Man are coming out. Share my videos on social media. I'm still struggling to grow here on YouTube. Get my books on Amazon. Follow me on social media at Evan Kale, at Pawn Man, and I'll see you guys back here for another great Between the Pawn. Later, guys.